Hello everyone, welcome to AA Software Technologies. From till yesterday, we had completed the Maven. From today onwards, we'll start with SonarQube. What is meant by SonarQube? SonarQube, yes, what is meant by SonarQube? SonarQube is a open source platform for continuous inspection of your code quality. It performs static code analysis, it detects bugs and code smell, security vulnerabilities, duplicate code, etc. And also it supports multiple languages like Java, Python, JavaScript, etc. And also it supports for CI/CD integration with Jenkins, GitHub Actions, and Azure DevOps, etc. Like multiple CI/CD tools. Now let's discuss what is meant by code smells. The code smells is a surface indication that usually corresponds to a deeper problem in the system, and it does not necessarily break the code, but it makes harder to read, maintain, or extend, etc. Example like in code in Java code we are writing long methods, right? Long methods, large classes, duplicate code, etc. This it will come under code smells. And security vulnerabilities. The security vulnerabilities are the weak points in the code that could be exploited by the attackers to compress the system. Like the few vulnerabilities are like hard coding secrets and SQL injection, uh, yeah, unvalidated inputs, etc. Duplicate code means like we are writing the code, we are repeating the code multiple times. That we will call it as duplicate code. This about SonarQube. Let's let's I will show a practical demo how to install SonarQube using Docker. As a prerequisite, first need to install Docker service. For installing Docker, we can follow optional documentation. Docker optional documentation. Yeah, in Docker, I will showcase the brief steps for Docker installation. That will discuss the main steps which are required for Docker installation. Docker installation for yum. First, yeah, first step is like we need to do m update. Okay. After that, we need to install dependencies for like m utils and device hyphen mapper hyphen persistent hyphen data lvm2. These are the dependencies which need to install. After that, we need to add Docker repo. For adding Docker repo, it is a command yum yum configure manager. Then need to add this repo for Docker repo. Using this Docker repo, it will install Docker. For installing Docker, the command is yum install docker ce-cle. First, we need to install ce. Then we need to install CLI, docker ce-cli and containerd. Okay, containerd.io. After that, we need to start service using systemctl. Systemctl start Docker. Then you need to enable Docker. Then you need to check Docker. It will show like systemctl it is running. For checking status of Docker, you can execute systemctl status Docker. As a prerequisite, Okay, in we have for building the containers we require Docker. Okay, first I need to pull Docker Sonar. Need to pull a public. Need to pull base image of base image of the SonarQube. For pulling the image of SonarQube, Docker pull Docker pull Docker pull and SonarQube. It is a base image which present for SonarQube. SonarQube. It is a base image. Once we pulled image, okay. After that, you can check whether the image we pulled it is present or not. It is present, right? The SonarQube image which we pulled from public repo. Okay. Once we pull out the SonarQube image, then we need to run this image as a container, right? For running we need to use docker run command, docker run -it. We'll discuss the brief in a docker sessions. Okay, this is a command for installing docker run -d. Okay, then hyphen name, then the image name, container name, and the ports. By default, SonarQube it is running on 9000 port. Okay, it is a host port and container port. Okay, this port we need to enable in security groups of your instance. Okay, after that, if you run, it will show. It shows Docker. It is in up status. It shows right. It is up in 5 seconds ago. Okay, for accessing console, we need to use HTTP and public IP. Public IP of this instance colon 9090. This is my public IP. I am copying this public IP. I am going for browser. HTTP colon//public IP colon 9090 port. It is starting SonarQube. Then for login you need to the initial the username and password is like login username and password is admin. By default it is kept by SonarQube. Okay, once you logged in, after that it will ask for changing the password. Okay, after after that you need to provide the password uh, as you decide. Okay, I changed my password. I kept login admin and I am providing the changed password. See, now initially I gave right admin username and password admin. Now it is asking for changing for updating password. Now need to provide old password. Then need to provide new password. It should have 12 characters. 12 characters including one upper and lower, one number and special character. I updated password. After that it is came for the home page. That's about for installing steps of SonarQube. Thanks for joining.